Hi there, I'm Marcy Billen with Berea Team Realty and Keller Williams Mullinix here in Norman, Oklahoma. And today I want to share with you my top 3 tips for first-time homebuyers. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and hit subscribe plus the bell so you don't miss any videos. So my top 3 tips for first-time homebuyers are centered around debt, down payments, and of course your realtor. All right, so the first thing I want to go over with you is debt. So we all know Dave Ramsey, right? Well, he teaches that you need to pay off all of your debt before you go and purchase a house. And that may be the route that you want to take, or you may want to take a different one. So the different route I'm talking about is going ahead and purchasing a home so that you can build equity in a house while you're paying off your other debt. Now, do you need to pay off all your debt in order to purchase? Absolutely not. Each loan has a specific debt to income ratio, and there's a specific amount that you can have depending on the price of house that you're wanting to purchase, depending on how much debt you have, and of course, where you feel comfortable. So how are you gonna know if you need to pay off any debt, all of your debt, some debt, whatever? Well, you'll know after you speak to a lender. You can actually watch this video. This is me and my friend Paul. He's a mortgage lender. He's talking about different loans and what that means in terms of down payment, debt, and all sorts of other things. So what you really want to take into account is, of course, how much debt you have, what your payments are, and where you feel comfortable. So how do you do that? How do you know where you feel comfortable if you don't know how much it actually costs to purchase a house and what your monthly payment's gonna be? Well, you're gonna talk to a lender in order to figure that out. Because each different loan has a different debt to income ratio, you need to see what's gonna work best for you and if your credit score is where you need it to be so that you can get the best interest rate possible. Okay, I wanted to talk about debt first because it's literally the least fun topic to talk about. All right, so next is down payment. So you may have heard maybe from relatives, from other people that you may need 20% down in order to purchase a house. Well, we're going to kill that myth right now. So how much do you actually need to put down on a house? Well, of course, I'm gonna direct you right back towards a lender so that you can get an accurate amount that you actually need depending on what type of loan you're getting. However, if you're not gonna go talk to a lender, and I kinda get it, if you're not thinking about purchasing in the next 6 months, then sometimes it can seem cumbersome to go and talk to a lender. I still highly suggest that. Please talk to a lender. So if you're not gonna talk to a lender, then I would really suggest saving 5%. So what does that mean? Well, if you're gonna buy in Norman, Oklahoma, then you need to think about the amount of house that you want to buy. So the average amount of house or average price of house here in Norman is $200,000. So in order to save 5%, you need $10,000. Honestly, if you're a first-time homebuyer in Norman and you have $10,000 saved for your purchase, then I can get you a pretty sweet house. You can score an amazing house for just $10,000 down. Of course, you're gonna have closing costs and all of those other fun things, but starting off with that amount is gonna put you in a pretty good spot, as long as you can get a loan, so you may as well go and talk to that lender. Do you want an overview of the home buying process? In the description below, I have a downloadable PDF that you can download at no cost to you that will outline the 6 steps to buying a home. All right, the last point I wanted to make in my 3 tips for first-time homebuyers is about a realtor. All right, so I love meeting with first-time homebuyers. You guys are a blast. The reason is because it's a rite of passage to buy your first home, right? You have a ton of questions and they're always really good questions. There really aren't any stupid questions when it comes to buying a home because it can be a really complicated process. So in finding a realtor, what would I tell you to do? So you want to find a realtor that you can trust, right? So the first step, of course, is seeing what your gut says, gut check about the realtor that you're talking to. And then I have a couple of really good questions that I would tell you to ask. So one of those questions is, how many homes have you sold this year? So this question is going to really help you understand how experienced the agent is. So most experienced agents know almost exactly how many homes they've sold in 1 year. And if they skirt around the question, or if they say 1 or 2 or 5, depending on where you are in the year, of course, then they might not have the experience that you're wanting as you purchase your first home. So across the nation, kind of the average is realtors sell 5 to 9 houses a year. Does that equal a lot of experience? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And typically the answer is no. So 80% of the realtors sell 5 to 9 houses a year, while 20% do, anywhere, of course, from 10 all the way up to 1,000 houses per year. Oh, you're asking me how many homes I've sold this year? Well, it's July, so I've sold 25 homes so far this year. Another really great question to ask your prospective realtor is, how do you negotiate? What you're listening for here is that they have a strategy. And really good experienced realtors will tell you examples of their strategy and how it worked, whether it's winning in a multiple offer situation, or getting a great price for their clients, or getting a lot of closing costs paid, or the closing costs that their clients needed paid for them to purchase the house. Because sellers, they can sometimes pay some of your closing costs, but that's another video for another day. You may want to watch this video next. This is an overview of the home buying process. Remember, I have a downloadable PDF that is totally free to you, and you can download it. It is in the description.